Well, boys, it's a bad day now. Things went south. Um, I think we understand why and what I'm talking about here. All I can do at this point is stand behind my team and let the legal system take their course. And all in all, go Vikes. It's going to be tough for me to get through these next couple of picks, but soldier on. So I left you off with, excuse me, with the Washington Savages and El Macho Grande. We did quarterback play. I give that edge to Rodgers and Manning. At running back, I'm going to go with Manning, taking Bernard and C.J. Spiller over DeMarco Murray and Doug Martin for Leaper. I do like Doug Murray. I do think he'll get a lot of play time. Being that he's playing for Dallas and the defense there is terrible. C.J. Spiller, always a risk having him just because of Fred Jackson, the 33-year-old ageless wonder. At receiver, we have Andre Johnson and Michael Floyd for Leaper against D. Thomas and Randall Cobb for Manning. This is kind of close. I like Thomas. Cobb, I liked him better in previous years. Jordy Nelson has definitely taken a lot of carries away from him, catches away from him. But he still could be effective. Awesome. A bunch of you guys are trading or texting me about my man now, so thank you all for showing sympathy. Moving on. Tight end is a problem. I see here Jordan Reed is out. I don't know who else you can pick up. I'm pretty sure everybody's been vultured in the free agency. You might need to be marketing a trade right now, I'll tell you that, Joshua. Defense clearly goes to the Cardinals and Josh, who are going to have a great year. Marquise Colston, how about him? Had a pretty decent first game, 110 yards, I believe. Could be a bounce-back year for him. For the pick here, I'm going to have to go with Joshua. It's hard to say. Right now you have no tight end. So I'm going to give the edge to Leaper slightly, hoping that Doug Martin, if he does play, gets more than 9 yards against a banged-up St. Louis defense. We're going to go with Leaper here in the upset by a close margin of 4. Moving on, we have Blunt Ride, Matt Dent versus Jeb. Welcome to the league, Team Jeb. Quarterback here, no brainer, Peyton Manning. I'll pick him until he's 60. The man just knows how to operate. And is it just me, or does his arm look a lot stronger this year? He's definitely whipping those passes in there downfield. A lot stronger than his little ducks he had last year. Running back, it's a little tricky here. We have Eddie Lacy and Fred Jackson, the other head of that two-headed rushing attack in Buffalo. Lacy is listed as probable right now. He did get a concussion last Thursday. It has been 10 days, and what I've heard is that he looks really well in his practices. So if he does go, that's a great news for Dent. I like him. He's a bowling ball. For Jeb, we have Monty Ball and Jennings out of the Giants camp. I like Monty Ball, if anything, just because he's playing in Denver, which means they'll get a lot of points, which means more points for him. Jennings, not really sold on him, had one decent year in Oakland, I believe, and now is in the Giants with a new playbook, new offense. Hard to back up that. Receivers, we have A.J. Green and Percy Harvin, who sucks, going against Jordy Nelson and D-Jax for Jeb. I'm going to give the edge here. A.J. Green, slightly better than Nelson. Percy Harvin sucks. D-Jax is a whole lot better than Percy Harvin, going against Jacksonville, too. Receiver edge, I will give to Jeb, just because Percy sucks. Gronk at tight end against Jordan Cameron for Jeb. Gronk, sorry to say, is playing the Vikings and will be shut down. If he does pick a catch, it'll be for 10 yards and he'll fumble it. Jordan Cameron, I believe, was a product of the system under Norv Turner. Don't expect big things from him this year. So let's see here. Jeb has the Patriots defense, who I do like, although not in this coming up week because you are playing the Vikings, and even without my boy, they're still going to put up 50. So here, I think I will give the edge to Team Jeb to win by 15 just because Percy sucks and Rob Gronk will not get any action. Continuing on, we have the Collins Bowl. The matchup between Colin and Chad Hollins. This is the pre-game of the week. Here we have the quarterback play of Drew Brees for Chad and Romo for Colin. I like Romo only because he'll be on the field a ton this year and will have to put up points just to contend. But it is Drew Brees, and Drew Brees is going to get his. Running backs, we have Arian Foster and Shane Vereen for Chad going against Jamal Charles and Frank Gore for Colin. Let's see. Andy Reid came out and said that he hoped to give more touches to Jamal Charles, who had a really disappointing first week. So I see him having an uptick here. And I think a lot of overreaction was occurring after the first week when the Chiefs got blown out by the Titans. I mean, not blown out, but handled. I think they'll bounce back and make it competitive Sunday evening against the Broncos. Vereen, you're going against the Vikings, going to get shut down, probably fumbled twice. Don't like Arian Foster, never have since his 2 good years that he had. Too much injury risk, and here he's listed as probable, so take it for what it is. Receivers, we have Antonio Brown, who I like, Vincent Jackson, who's not bad for Chad, against Des Bryant, who can double up with Romo, and Julian Edelman. Edelman's great in PPR. This is not PPR, and you're going against the Vikings. Shut down, 2 fumbles, -7 yards catching. Tight end, not even close. Jared Cook, Julius Thomas for Colin. Clear edge to Colin with Thomas, who will probably end up with 3 more touchdowns. At flex, we have Mike Wallace for Chad, who had a really good first game. If he can turn into more than a one-dimensional type player, he could really be a standout and a steal. However, I think he is only a below-the-top, off-the-defense type receiver. Colin has Eric Decker in the flex. I'm not sure if you know this or not, but he was traded. He was signed by the Jets, so there's no longer Peyton Manning thrown to him. Now it is Old Lips or Michael Vick. Kind of a downgrade there. Let's see here. So far it is 10-0 with Chad getting 10 from Antonio Brown. Look at the players here. Got to give the edge to Colin to win the Collins Bowl. Give him the edge by, let's say, 6 points here. And here comes the game of the week. The Pledge Brothers Showdown. The Golden Taint from Jeff against Rice Hitstick Rating equals 100 from yours truly. Quarterback play here. Russell Wilson for Jeff going against Matt Ryan for me. Matt Ryan had a great first game, getting 30 points against a Saints defense. Russell Wilson had a really good game too. Kind of quiet as overall stats, but he got the job done. I think he had over 20 points, I believe. So not bad. He is going against the San Diego team this week in San Diego. That could be pretty tough. I remember, I think it was last year, San Diego finished really strong. Their defense was looking better. They shut down the Bengals last year, I believe, in the playoffs. Seattle doesn't really do that well, or they do well, but they're not unbeatable on the road. If you recall, the Colts last year beat the Seahawks at home. So if this was let's say, Indiana versus Seahawks in Indiana, people would clearly be giving the edge to the Colts. How it stands now, though, I do expect Russell Wilson to have trouble. Anyways, moving on. This is where it gets hard for me. My running back, number 3 pick overall, number 1 by me, Adrian Peterson, is in a tad bit of trouble right now. Kind of to talk about. If he does not start, I will have to move some pieces around. Andre Ellington is on the bench. I'm not sold on him right now with his health. Do have Jonathan Dwyer, but he's not a starting caliber running back, so it's tricky. Le'Veon Bell picked up 9 points for me last night, not matching his 27 from last week, so that kind of hurts. Jeff is bringing McCoy and Bell out of Detroit. Bell's got a hard matchup against Carolina. McCoy is going against Indiana. Could wreak havoc there. So, if Peterson does not play, I will have to give the edge to Jeffrey here on the running back. At receivers, Jeffrey is bringing Alshon Jeffrey, who is now questionable with a hamstring injury, and Keenan Allen out of San Diego going against Seattle. That could be trouble there. We know how their secondary is, so I don't expect a bunch of points out of him. My receivers are, at this point, Julio Jones going against Cincinnati, who will be matched up against Leon Hall. That'll be tricky. And Reggie Wayne going against Philly. I like that matchup there. So in this situation, I believe I will take the edge in receivers. Tight end, we have Dennis Pitta, who picked up a total of 3 points last night, going against Kyle Rudolph for me, who I'm a huge fan of in the Norv Turner offense, because like I said earlier, all he does is produce great tight ends. Going against New England, their secondary is beefed up now, but they won't be able to put any other defensive backs on them, so he matched up probably against some linebackers there. So the edge goes to me. Flex, we have Dwayne Bowe for Jeff, Denard Hopkins for me. Easy pick here. Hopkins is the pick to take. Dwayne Bowe, always underachieving. Defense, we have Redskins for Jeff, Rams for me. Before the year started, I would have said clearly favors me with the Rams D. However, Chris Long is now out for 8 weeks. Makes me rethink my strategy there. But it is still the Redskins defense, so I will give me the edge over any JV team like that any day. Right now, it's looking to be a close game with me favored by 1. However, that will not hold up, and I will end up winning by 79. So that is your picks for week 2. As I said before, we will be starting to do weekly picks by different members. Next week is Jeff. In order to do the picks, you will have to either make a video, send me the link, or write up picks and send me the document. The only way to post a league message is to be the league manager, and I will not be giving up my password because that is not power that I am willing to give up. I run this. So I guess that's about covering all that. Anyways, tomorrow's Saturday. Have a good college football day. I think the best game will probably be Tennessee-Oklahoma. Oklahoma will probably blow out. And then we have Sunday, which is the best day on earth for the next 5 months. Happy footballing.